大家好，我是 Olive Branch Allen. So we all understand that protein is a very important macronutrient in our diet, but just eating enough of it might not be enough. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about the importance of having different types of protein in your diet, animal versus plant protein, and hopefully that you'll get in a better understanding of all the different types of protein you'll be consuming and not just relying on what's shown on the labels. So when we're talking about the quality of protein, what we're really talking about is how easily is it your body to absorb that protein, and that's called bioavailability. The bioavailability of plant proteins is roughly around 60 to 70%, whereas animal products protein is greater than 95%. This makes animal protein a higher quality because you can actually absorb all that protein that you're eating. Now, plant protein is primarily attached to fiber, and so when you think of it from a plant's purpose point of view, the protein in plants is for stems, leaves, roots, and flowers and seeds. This is not really relevant for animals. So protein is made up of amino acids, and there are 9 amino acids that are essential, which basically means that your body cannot make it, you must eat it in your environment. Out of all the 9 essential amino acids, I won't talk about them, but there are 3 that we must talk about because they are very important. The first of the 3 is called lysine, and that is primarily important for other protein synthesis, creating other proteins. Number 2 is methionine, and that's responsible for making DNA, RNA, as well as other proteins as well, and amino acids. And then the third one is leucine, which is extremely important for muscle building and also for fat metabolism. The problem with vegetable protein is that it is deficient in methionine and lysine. And so when you compare plant protein versus an animal protein product like whey protein is about 20% better than, let's say, a soy protein isolate based on this amino acid profile. And if we look at wheat protein, let's say a wheat cereal, in the back of the box, the label will say for about 4 grams of protein per serving, but you're actually absorbing only less than 2 grams of protein because wheat protein is about 40% bioavailable. You might be wondering, what about cows and other ruminant animals? How do they get to being so big and muscular if all they eat is grass? Well, when they eat grass, they have 4 compartments in their digestive system, stomachs, and one of them is called the rumen, hence the name ruminants. And so the rumen actually is able to digest all that fiber because they have a lot of special bacteria that is made to ferment that fiber into these essential amino acids, particularly lysine and methionine. Now, humans don't have the rumen, and so they don't have this ability to digest grass, which is why humans cannot persist on a diet of grass, but they can. The cells in our bodies are constantly dying and reproducing all the time, and so this is called protein turnover. And so the liver and the enzymes that the liver produces, it actually replaces its enzymes every hour. The muscle cells in our body are actually replaced every 30 days. So you have a new muscle cell every 30 days. The collagen in our joints are actually reproduced every 200 days. And this explains why a knee injury or a shoulder injury or any joint injury takes so long to heal. All the proteins in your body get replaced anew about 4 times every year. So you can imagine that's a lot of protein that we have to be consuming to keep this going. So you should try to target about 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So the heavier you are, the more protein you should be consuming, with particular attention to, as mentioned above, lysine and methionine. With lysine, about 3.4 grams per day, and methionine, just less than 1 gram per day. When we think of higher quality proteins in plants, such as soy, peas, beans, and lentils, they are high in protein, but however, they are still lacking in these particular amino acids. Other foods that you can find that are high in methionine and lysine are eggs and animal products. If you're eating smaller amounts of protein at each session, like less than 15 grams, then your liver, your heart, and your kidneys will probably take up that protein for its own function, since your body does prioritize the functioning of your organs rather than muscle building. If you want to build muscle, you want to target above 25 grams of protein per session. So hopefully after this video, you now understand the importance of protein and how to eat the right protein for your health, instead of just relying on the package labels. That's it, guys. I hope you found that useful as always, and please leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time.